it was not the right time to press for that. But just like at some point here, now that things are settled down more, I should have those assets so I can throw that together a little bit easier.
Cool.
How's everybody doing?
Excellent. How about you?
I'm okay. Spent most of the day downstairs scrubbing mildew off the wall, so that was fun.
Hmm. Did you at least have like an auto scrubber?
Doesn't have enough torque to really do anything because uh, Christy had picked one up at what are bin stores. If y'all have got any of those locally, where they get salvage merchandise and just dump it in a bin and you rummage through
Oh,
it.
bin stores. That's
Yeah.
not
I
like
hate
said
them.
Ben stores.
I
Yeah.
wish, but I do at least know what they are. So
And she found we scan most of the stuff comes from Amazon and you can scan it with the Amazon lens to find out how much it was. And she got one for $8 that was $39.99.
very nice.
Still in the box. Problem is I used one of the spare heads and
You're right
it
back.
does not have enough torque to really scrub concrete. And when you apply any pressure, it always shuts off.
Oh,
So I'm on my hands and knees with a wheel brush scrubbing the concrete with Comet bleach cleanser.
Have you considered like a little flamethrower?
I would, but I couldn't find my Spaceballs flamethrower.
so basically you burned out all your nose hairs today.
Pretty much. Christy read online about a trick that if you like soak cotton balls in chemicals, because it's a rough concrete surface, you can basically plaster them to the concrete and they'll stay because they're cotton balls.
Yeah.
And that I can leave that overnight and you can like spot bleach areas you couldn't get with like the brush.
Hmm.
What we think happened is we had some plastic totes and the area where it formed, this is that wall that I dry locked last year, but it's at the lowest part of the house when it comes like this at the front with the sewer pipe going out to the road. So we think that's just where some moisture was gathering because it's the low point. And with the plastic totes there, it wasn't any air circulating. Plus the dryer being right there, putting out all that heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're going to open that up. We have a second dehumidifier we're going to hook up. It won't do any good this time of year because it's so cold down there. But that's the game plan. We have a plan. As Boris Badenov says, I've always got plans. They don't ever work, but I've always got one.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we're probably going to talk about this on the show. But is
We're not having a
anyone,
regular show.
huh?
We're not having a regular show.
Yeah, it's a year in review tonight.
I know it's the year. Oh, I thought we were doing like talking about stuff and then doing the year in the review.
No,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
we're gonna be here a while just doing the year in review.
That's fine.
Like every year.
But I was going to ask, is AOE Prime disappointing to anybody else just because of the Games Workshop gray?
I mean, even Ironhide's a little bit sad for the.
Yeah, Ironhide is extreme. Because I was thinking, because I like that Ratchet mold, and I thought, okay, it'd be nice to get Ironhide, but he just looks unfinished.
Yeah.
So unless there's something on that AOE Prime, the transformation, that is just like, wow, I can't believe they did that.
But your
What,
dog
Doc
diecast?
Sorry.
Don, do you
Is
have a
that
dog?
is that a yeah, sorry, that was mine. I was
Oh.
trying to mute, but they asked me something. Is that a new mold? The
Yeah.
Prime? Okay, because I was confused because everything we saw, it was like Jazz, Studio Series Jazz. And I'm like, is that new? Is that a repeat?
Well, no, I knew it had to be new because there's no way a leader class at that time could be reissued. Well, very unlikely to me that a leader class figure at that time could come in under budget for a leader class at this point.
Yeah, but is jazz new?
No,
Studio Series
I
Jazz?
asked that on Blue Sky, and Rob said basically it was just a jazz that hadn't yellowed yet.
Yeah, I thought at first it had the opaque windows that the 5-pack one did, but no, it's
Oh, so that's the same one as the 5-pack.
same mold. Yeah.
Okay,
The
I got
one that they
totally
released-
confused.
yeah,
I
the
got
one they
totally
released on its
confused.
own.
Yeah,
Because-
it's another jazz of some variation.
The only one I knew that was definitely a reissue was the Shockwave.
Yeah. Well, the only ones I got was Q, and I'm getting that Devastation Prime, although I'm not really sure why.
Yeah.
Well, I think what I want to do is I'm sure it'll be in hand before it ships from Pulse. And if I don't like what I see, if the transformation isn't something, if it's not interesting in some fashion, I'll just drop it and wait for next year's Hasbro Plus sales when it doesn't go on sale.
Hey, Chris.
What's up?
So I'm looking over show notes.
Yeah.
In April, we have the reference to John Warden returning to Hasbro, returning to Transformers. Do we need to keep that?
Just because it ties into like October, November.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay. Fair.
Like
I don't want to.
I don't want this
come.
Yeah.
I don't want this to be one of the thread jokes that we run. It's not going to be, of course.
No.
But like we'll have a thread joke about like, oh, this is can't wait. Oh, it's canceled. Like, you know. Yeah.
No, it did come back around later in the year, so I want that there for the context when we talk about the layoff for the fall of this year, last year.
Yeah. So no, John, Matt will be here. When Matt gets here, we'll give it a couple minutes and we'll just start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone else just want to go right into our
what?
Our predictions and our
Well, our predictions next week?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
predictions
we're going to
next
review
week.
last year's predictions tonight.
Yeah.
And then next week we will have our predictions for
Yeah.
the year ahead of us, 2025.
So the review is always the week before the reveal of our new predictions.
Yeah. Or our rolled forward predictions, as the case may be.
Yeah.
The survey we did.
Yes,
that's
we're doing
in
that tonight.
What's that?
That we're doing that tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like that's usually the fun thing of the.
So I was telling everybody that this is the most I will have to speak in like weeks. So
Really?
I might. Yeah, I haven't been at work. So like I've not really been. I've been at work a couple of days, but like I haven't been in meetings. Like I've been, at home or in the hospital with Morgan. So, I'm not all there emotionally. So I might have to cut away. Well, so just as a fair warning, like, hey, Chris, can you jump in here? I might have to say that, something like that.
And if I get the sense something's going on, I will try to, step in and keep things rolling.
Yeah, I'm not going. Oh, another thing is because I haven't spoken a whole lot, I'm finding myself stumbling over myself a lot.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah, but a lot more than normal. Like at work, I found myself doing that in meetings, and I've had to literally stop and slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Because I do that all the time. I just thought it's as the day goes on.
Well, there's probably some of that too.
Yeah,
but
like no, I'm doing it more lately than normal.
Yeah,
I wouldn't worry about it.
I have been completely disconnected today. I got woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning with my CPAP messing up, and I could not go back to bed. I was off today but I had so much to do between the dentist and working downstairs on the mold and mildew, and I've just felt like it's like an out of body experience, but I'm still here. It's just
So with my CPAP, I'm having some issues with it. Which one of the reasons I shaved is so that it'll do a better seal than with the beard. But like it's irritating my neck, so I'm just trying to adjust it, and I'm trying to not have it as tight as I have been because it's again the irritation, and it, like as I'm breathing, it makes farting sounds, where the seal is breaking and it's like air is escaping from it. It sounds like fart, 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 fart. So I find myself holding a pillow over my head or having my head in a pillow to like keep the seal without having to have all the stress on my neck. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, the problem with like Christie's does that, but it's like a weed eater.
Yeah,
and it just absolutely it wakes me up. This morning I woke up with the driest mouth, and I had to go get me a diet soda. I was just absolutely parched.
Why not water? Like diet soda is not what I would drink when I'm parched.
Well, I was up. Hank wanted some food. I was in the fridge anyway, so and it was. We got a box of Diet Mountain Lightning, so I grabbed one.
I'm sure the caffeine helped a lot too.
Yeah,
caffeine actually doesn't bother me. I could drink regular coffee before bed and have no problem, but I think that's because I'm just so tired from work. Caffeine's like, oh, I ain't got.
I mean, all those bowls of coffee too. You just build up a tolerance to a certain level of caffeine.
Probably. I'm trying to find a recipe to send you, Brian.
Okay.
Something that may help your throat. It's an old family recipe.
I don't have a problem.
Anyway,
with my throat.
I put the link to the
my throat's fine.
review document in the Zoom chat since I think up to now only Brian has had access to it. Figure it might be good for all of us to be able to follow along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an old family recipe for instant Russian tea.
So my throat's fine. What do I need?
Well, you said you're having trouble speaking and stuff. I thought maybe
it's not my throat. It's in my head. So if you have some Russian tea for my brain,
I mean, there's probably something. There's probably some formulation.
Yeah, it's something we've made in our family for years.
I didn't know you were Russian.
If it helps your brain, let me know too, because I'll try it.
Well, you have to like Tang is one of the main components.
That is
Tang,
such
you
a
say?
Don statement. As Tang and Miracle Whip.
It's been so long since I've had Tang.
Well, it's Tang, instant lemon tea, a little bit of sugar, ground cloves, mix it together, and it's just a very nice drink. I'll try to post it on my Twitter later on tonight when I find the recipe.
I won't see it.
I mean, unlike
and Blue Sky.
Unlike
There you
most
go.
of Don's homebrew, this doesn't actually sound objectionable at all.
No, but they make throat coat tea
Yeah,
that I already get packs of it. Just brew it and drink it. Well, Matt, we're just gonna have basically a full pre-show without Matt.
He should be on any minute. He's usually
Yeah.
pretty good.
So Don was having issues last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason my internet was just absolute crap. I don't know
so
why.
like during pre-show, I don't think it was Don's fault. I think it was just his local Xfinity having some issues because after he dropped completely, and then 15 minutes into what should have been the show, we got him back. From then forward, he was fine.
Yeah.
So I think it was just
Yeah.
their local service kind of.
My
A
favorite
router issue.
My favorite thing from last week, and I almost edited it out
Okay.
because it kind of sounded a little rough because it sounded like Matt was a little pissed off. But Matt was talking about how he had gotten some stuff for Christmas and how it was a big surprise, and it was that Hot Wheels Transformer. And Don's like, "Oh, so where'd you end up getting it at? How did you end up buying that?" And Matt was like, "It was a present, Don." And I'm like, "Oh man!" But I listened to it over and over again. I'm like, "No, that's funny." So I'm
that was.
No, I mean it sold out so fast
Yeah, no, like
than what we thought it would.
Yeah, no, Matt's family must have heard about that and just been waiting to grab that for him. Like, that was really cool.
Yeah, that's a really good sister. Like, I don't think my family would have did something like that for me.
It's just something that I noticed that Don does not pay attention to what other people are talking about during that segment because
You only just noticed?
he's prepping his. No, I've known this because he's
Okay.
prepping his own stuff.
Yeah.
And it's such a pile that he has to focus completely on that.
I know.
And
I should probably just start calling on Don first every time
Yeah.
to sidestep that issue because
Well,
once
no,
he's
I
through
have
it,
been trying to cut back, y'all. It's just I keep finding bargains.
I'll be
So
right
you're
back.
not actually cutting
Oh,
back.
I found Stratos' sister this week. I need let's here you go. Let's look at this. I'll get this. Okay. I actually would buy Stratos' sister if I could find it.
I find this at Ali's, so I bought 3 so I could flip 2 to pay for 1.
It doesn't
Well,
work that way normally.
Well, it's like today, I did find Ape Link at Target, and I found some other things I could sell to pay for Ape Link. Unfortunately, I couldn't buy Ape Link because it wasn't in the system. It did not exist. There was no Target DCPI number, and the barcode wasn't found.
But Don, I thought they know you.
They may know me, but they don't know the product because the product doesn't exist to them.
Because the other targets just, ring it up as something else and sell it to them.
How'd you end up getting Studio Series Galvatron?
Off Amazon,
I mean-
tfradio.net/Amazon.
Me too. I was hoping
Yeah,
to be
because I
here
mean
to
that's
beat you on
because I was
that.
able to use my 6 months deferred on my Amazon card.
Hashtag Dononomics.
I mean, I've had a couple of things I could make about $10 on a piece, and still undersell everybody else on eBay, and not be a jerk about it. But
I'm just giving you a hard time, Don. I don't.
I know you are. You always do. If it's not
Yeah.
you, it's Brian. That's I'm
Well-
used to it.
No, but I'm joking. I'm not actually giving you a hard
It's a bit
time.
done.
I know.
I was hoping if I got up from it, Matt would pop on while I was away, because then that just seems to be how things work. But no such luck.
So I was telling Rob and Chris in pre-show, I feel guilty about this. Not pre-show, and pre-show.
Yeah.
I had ordered some shelf-stable water, for disasters or whatever. And I was checking the tracking on it, and it shipped out of Los Angeles.
So what is shelf stable water? How long can that?
50 years.
Well,
Water?
okay,
Water.
so
he means water.
Generally bottled water is considered to have an expiration date because eventually the water leaches enough chemicals out of the plastic. It's not exactly safe to drink anymore.
I did
It's,
not know
it's
that.
not exactly not safe either. There's a
Right.
I did research on this recently. The Food and Drug Administration says that as long as it's kept in a cool, dry place, bottled water has an indefinite shelf life. But the taste of the water might turn to crap because of the stuff leaching into it.
Theoretically, shelf-stable water would be packaged in such a way to avoid those potential problems for a longer time.
Yeah. So yeah, it's 50 years, but it came from Los Angeles, and I'm like, I feel bad. Not that Amazon was going to give it to anybody,
Right.
but still. But after what happened obviously what's happening in California now and what happened in Asheville, I am and what happened during COVID, I'm much more inclined to try to stock up on stuff. I don't want to be crazy about it. Be like a full-on doomsday prepper, but having 30 days supply of food and water would not be unreasonable.
Yeah. Whenever things have gotten hairy in the past, my dad's been like, we should probably get some more canned goods. And it's like, yeah, fine. I can buy some extra cans of beans from Aldi or whatever. Put that on the shelf.
Yep.
Whatever else I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I before COVID, before it hit, not before COVID, because COVID was in China, but this was late 2019, early 2020. I was telling Kim, this is going to hit and it's going to be big. We need to stock up.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yeah, what? Yeah, but she just to humor me, she did it, and she was, she agreed that I got that one right.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So I got one of those theft Lego kits.
They still make those?
Yeah, I got the
You
Avengers
can keep a good
Tower.
China down.
It was the most super smooth build, no problems. That set has 31 minifigures in it.
Wow.
And they
Dang.
mix them up in a couple different bags, and you have to put the arms, the hands together, the feet together, and they each part was in another person's bag. It was the weirdest thing. Everything was so smooth till the minifigures. It took me 2 hours to build 31 minifigures. Because I had to figure out exactly what hand went to what one, what arm went to what one. It was a nightmare.
Huh.
But that's like a 5,000 piece set.
Well, I saw something on Show Z store. It's Chow Brick, which is one of their affiliate websites, and it was the SDF one.
Oh yeah, some people in our Discord have been talking about that. I
Yeah,
think
and it's
one or two of
like,
them actually have it.
yeah, I'm tempted to get it, but it's like with everything else that's Lego or a similar brick thing, when am I gonna sit down and build it?
Well, you got a
Yeah.
better chance of that than like a traditional model kit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sometimes I can, have a couple extra minutes to build. And something I've had for a while that I was like, yeah, I'm going to build that finally.
I've been trying lately to take like a night every so often just to get at least one model off the stack while I keep expanding the stack. But yeah, it is definitely a thing you kind of just have to set time aside for, or it's not going to happen.
And I buy a lot of official Lego.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that set is it's like a $500 set. And I was like, oh. Yeah.
Oh, that parts count, that makes sense. That piece
Yeah.
count.
But yeah. All right, Matt's gonna make me a liar. It's like, oh yeah, he'll be right on.
After these messages, Matt
be
will
right.
be right back.
So I guess we're having a full length pre-show.
Yeah, so once Matt gets here, we'll roll right into the year in review.
Don just put his Tang recipe in the chat.
Oh, he sure did.
You know, I don't have a lot of
Family recipes
that I can share. I've got my mom's Betty Crocker cookbooks from the 1950s that has all of her stuff in that she has made and tweaked up until the year she passed away, and I cannot find them. So I don't have a lot to share with, family and friends and stuff. But that's one thing I still have that my aunt still has.
Jar of Tang. Do they still sell that? And is that a powder?
It's a
Yes,
powder.
Tang is a
Yes and yes.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. And I'm assuming they still sold it just because Don said we could still make it. But
I mean, just man, the fact that there is Tang and sugar and potentially instant tea with sugar and lemon in this, it's like, I mean, sugar is generally good for a sore throat. I get it, but also watch that A1C, Don. For God's sake.
Yeah, I know. This is not something. I mean, I made this based on my family, my mother's and my aunt's original recipe.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tweak it to make it more nutritional friendly or less detrimental anyway, if not friendly.
good plan.
It's just I wanted to
Matt.
to see if the first batch I made
Matt's cutting
tasted
audio.
right as my
Yeah,
memory tells me it's supposed to taste.
yeah, because you
Then
have
can
that
start.
baseline.
Fix it.
Hey, Matt, I was just about to text message you. You're muted. Oh, here. Also, I'm gonna repost this for you. The link to the show notes for this week is in the Zoom chat. There you go.
Okay, Matt, can we hear you now?
Can Matt hear us?
Fortunately,
Ah,
There
Does
we
Matt
go.
want to hear us?
okay.
there might be some lag.
Yeah, just a little.
Well, hopefully that'll settle down in a minute.
Go ahead and start without me. I'm going to try and reset my router again.
Okay. Let's do this then. I'm gonna start a new recording. People watching live, we're starting early. We might as well. We're going to do like a 5-minute pre-show, but because we have a lot to go into, I'm going to get like the stink eye from like the family. So,
What else is new?
yeah. Okay, let's do this. Let's start recording.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Okay, we good to go?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 918. I am Brian Kilby. Radio Free Cybertron is the world's first and oldest toy and action figure podcast since 1999. I don't know what that sound was, but I think it came from Diecast.
Hey,
Hey, Diecast.
sorry, I hit a toy that was on my desk by accident.
At least you weren't sitting there transforming it during the show with the click, clack, 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 clack.
That'll be
That's
later.
my job.
Like, I've gotten so many complaints about that over the years. Like, whoever's doing that needs to stop doing it. Rob. Hey, Rob.
Yeah, that was me. I have stopped doing
It was Matt, I think, that I got the complaints about mostly, though. Because I think
Okay.
you muted. I think Matt didn't mute.
Depends on the day, but yeah.
Yeah, Matt's not here at the moment. He is rebooting his router, but he'll be back. Don, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Sweet. Chris?
Boy, Brian, it seems like forever since I last saw you.
Yeah, I know, right? Hey, thank you for hosting the last couple weeks. So this is my first time. Like, the timing works out a little weird because we recorded the December 25th show like on the 21st.
Yeah.
So I haven't been on the show in like a few weeks. Thank you for covering for me.
Yeah, of course.
So just to give people an update, my 8-year-old was in the hospital for like over a week. All the while, my brother was in the late stages of hospice care, and he passed away a little over a week ago. So it's been a rough stretch here over the last few weeks, but we're through it, and hopefully the rest of 2025 will be better than the way it started. So thank you all. Thank everybody for their patience. So I'm back. This time, no force in the universe can stop me.
You have earned XP's respect this day, Brian Kelby. There will be no war.
Yeah.
You haven't been here all year.
That's
Yeah,
true.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So this is our big 2024. Make sure I'm recording this big 2020. I haven't done this in a while. 2024 year in review show. So this, we say, like, everything we do is like one of the favorite things that we do each year. And honestly, this is really one of our favorite things that we do each year. But it's probably the hardest thing that we do each year because there's so much content that we have to get through. So we're going to have a different pace. If you're new to the show, we're not going to have the same pace like on a normal episode that we'll have in this. There's just there's 14 pages, 15 if you count the super secret prediction 2024 predictions page that I haven't put in of content that we have to get through. So we're
usually the show fits on a page and a half for
less.
full context. Yeah.
Yeah, or less. So yes, let's go ahead and start. Chris, I'm going to start the show with you. You control the RFC. What do we call it? The RFC Awards?
Yeah, the RFC Awards.
Yeah, so you are the master of ceremony, so take it away.
I also control the horizontal and the vertical.
Yes.
But the diagonal is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I don't know why they started measuring TVs that way, except that it just makes the numbers go up. Okay,
Language.
All right, so the RFC Awards 2024. Thank you all for being here. Thanks so much to everyone who filled out the survey for our RFC Fans Choice Awards. I had such a blast doing that, setting that up last year and going through the individual responses. I definitely wanted to bring that back this year. And boy, I'll tell you, it's a good thing I did because we had some ties with our internal voting that needed to be broken, and the Fans Choice made the deciding votes in those cases. So let's go ahead and jump into this. We're going to start with our major retail categories. These are broken down by price point between Legacy United for 2024 and Studio Series. So first up is Core Class. On the Legacy side, the winner on the RFC vote was a tie between Tasmania Kid and Beast Machine's Cheetor.
That's
Yeah.
funny because I was gonna vote Cheetor, just to troll Don.
I
and
didn't.
I was
I
like,
didn't.
No.
I
Yeah,
did.
I
So
did it.
you
I
didn't,
did.
and I didn't.
I did.
Okay. I voted for Tasmania Kid.
I'm pretty sure I did too.
No, my vote was specifically aimed at Dawn.
I actually voted for Cheetor for legitimate reasons, but it's nice that it could double for trolling Don if I really wanted to say it was.
Well, I'm
Um,
glad I didn't vote for that POS, and I'm
Well, that if you'd voted for Tasmania Kid, it would have been a clear win.
Yeah.
Cheetor is really not that bad of a core class
It's a
toy.
good
Like,
toy.
It's
Yeah.
not what the toy is; it's who he represents.
Yeah, I kind of figured that was. Yeah, you don't want a tiny toy of Supreme Cheetor. I understand.
I don't want a
Um,
toy of Supreme Cheetor at all.
So there was a clear winner though in the fan vote, which broke the tie. So our best core class in Transformers Legacy for 2024 is Tasmania Kid. You can sleep easy tonight, Don. Cheetor did not win.
Well, ever since I took my Supreme Cheetor and busted it on the concrete asphalt at the dump, and then threw the pieces in as
The
hard as I could throw
concrete
them.
asphalt.
You see, that's what happened. You broke the Supreme Cheetor into little pieces, and these core figures are all of them coming back to haunt you.
Yeah, you released the evil spirit from Supreme Cheetor, and like this is what happened.
This
Mhm.
is why the votes are secret, because if I would have known people would have actually voted for Cheetor, I would have voted for Cheetor.
All right, let's move on to Studio Series core class. So like I'm going to editorialize here and say that there just really was not a good thing to vote for in core class Studio Series this year. We had a three-way tie for the RFC hosts, split between Bumblebee movie Starscream, Mohawk from what's the name? Not Age of Extinction, The Last Night, Transformers 5, and somehow Steeljaw.
That's what happens when you make me vote for these categories, Chris.
I guess.
The only I
same.
voted, I think I voted for Steeljaw because it was the only Studio Series core I could think of. Because the only Studio Series core I got this year was Frenzy Red, and I'm pretty sure he was last year.
So
Well,
my
Steeljaw was the only one I bought, and I knew it would irritate Chris if I voted for it.
you know, it didn't even irritate me. It just befuddled me. So I think if that's good enough for you to be satisfied, like that's fine.
It'll have to do.
Yeah, no. So I actually voted for Mohawk just because it adds to the available cast of The Last Night in toy form, which like the Decepticons were sorely underrepresented in the movie where they actually kind of came across as characters.
Right before
So-
they died.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at least there was something there. Our fan vote result for this was Bumblebee movie Starscream, though, so that is the winner we're declaring for best core class in Studio Series.
Sweet.
I don't know if I got that one.
I didn't. I voted for it because I don't think I got any of them.
I mean, Starscreams
Mohawk
are usually
is
safe
pretty-
votes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mohawk is pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
for
one
a core,
that
for
I
a
fit.
core class and a motorcycle transformer.
All right, so we'll move on to best deluxe. So Transformers Legacy, the RFC vote was for Gears. The fan vote was for Gears. So I think it's safe to say our winner is Gears for Transformers Legacy Deluxe. And I don't think anybody is surprised. I will add though, in our fan vote and our internal vote, no, the internal vote I think was basically unanimous. So for
Had
the
to be.
fan vote, Deluxe G1 Optimus was actually a very close second place to Gears.
That's interesting.
Great value missing link Optimus.
Yes. Yeah, no, I mean,
think I voted for that too. In fact,
Really?
But
okay.
I think so. Yeah.
I think I did too. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. I've made notes for this in our Google Doc, so I'm not looking at the poll results directly, but that sounds right.
I
but-
voted for Gears because it deserved to win.
Yeah, same.
Sure
Like
did.
I knew back in March of 2024 when we got Gears, like, yeah, this is going to be a winner of my RFC awards for this year. I didn't know if it was going to be like the whole winner or if it was just going to be its price point, but like, yeah, Gears, nothing topped Gears for me for deluxe this past year,
The Gears this year was dev gone for me last year.
except that you could actually buy it.
Yeah, true.
Moving on to Studio Series, the RFC vote for Best Deluxe is Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. The fan vote winner is Studio Series 86 Bumblebee.
I didn't feel strong about it, but that's the one I voted for.
No, you're all clearly wrong
Same.
because the package refresh of Gnaw was a choice, and that really should have won.
You know, I didn't.
I included that on there specifically for you, Matt.
Thank you.
I think I own more of those than you do, Matt. And I have to say, it's a pale follow up to the core class one or whatever.
It really is.
So like it's an okay toy.
But I mean, it's amazing the compression that figure goes through to get into Sharticon mode. So that's impressive in and of itself.
God, I think I have like 30 of them, something like that.
But like I agree with what I think Brian is saying in that Legends Gnaw from Combiner War from Titan's Return is a more joyous toy.
Yeah,
much
definitely.
Yeah. And Matt has way more of those than me.
Yeah, I love that too. Moving on to Best Voyager in Transformers Legacy. We have a split vote here between the RFC hosts and the fan vote. So the RFC winner is animated The Motormaster, and the fan vote is animated Optimus Prime.
That's funny.
The fans are right.
Oh, I mean, it's all the same.
I can't remember who I voted for.
I voted for the Motormaster.
I voted for the Motormaster because it is the superior deco.
It is.
I don't remember who I voted for, but I obviously need to get some version of that mold.
It's all in the same mold family, so like I call that basically just a blanket win for that design.
Yeah.
Best Voyager in Studio Series for RFC, it's a tie between Gamer Edition Ratchet and Scrap Heap. The fan vote winner is Scrap Heap, which gives us a tiebreaker winner of Scrap Heap. So Junkions rule once again.
Yeah, there you go.
Agreed.
Although Gamer Edition Ratchet's pretty cool. I've played with that toy, and like if they ever release it as something that's not Ratchet or Ironhide, I really do want to get it.
Yeah, I'm certain I voted for Scrap Heap. I think he might have. I'm certain I voted for Scrap Heap on that one.
So, like for context, in previous years of doing the RFC Awards, when it was just the host, Brian was usually the last one to make his picks, and we would do this over like email, so he would have the opportunity to tie break results himself in previous years.
Yes.
I was one of the last ones to put my entries in on our survey, and like even though I kind of knew where the trends were going already because I have access to the back end, I purposely avoided doing anything to specifically tie break because I wanted to leave that to the fan vote. So
I totally put my thumb on the scale. Even if I did, even if I like something better, if it was a tie between two other things, I would pick one of those. So
but like for my way of doing this, I was definitely voting along my preferences or at least the things I disliked the least. So I think I actually put in for Gamer Edition Ratchet because like that was a cool new toy that came out, even if I don't want to own it as what it is. So we consolidate leader class, commander class, and Titan class all into one category because otherwise it'd be kind of awkward to vote for the one Titan class toy for its own RFC award. Same with the commanders usually. So our best leader end up in Transformers Legacy. The RFC vote is for Sandstorm, and the fan vote is for Commander Class Magmatron.
That surprises me.
I voted for Magmatron.
The fan vote.
Yeah, I did too.
I mean,
I like
don't have
Sandstorm.
Magmatron, but from what I understand, it's really good.
Yeah, it is.
I voted for Magmatron because I like Sandstorm, but just Magmatron, even beyond its proof of concept of what you can do with that commander price point, what it allows, and it's still a great looking figure that's not horribly hard to put together.
So honestly, the reason I picked Magmatron over Sandstorm is Sandstorm has no space in my head. Like it was a good toy, but it just I haven't thought about it since I opened it.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, and like I might have voted for Magmatron if I had bought Magmatron. Like by all accounts, it seems like a worthy upgrade of the original toy in a way that a lot of like the Beast Wars revisits and some of the other 20 years ago revisits don't really achieve. At the same time, I don't care enough about Magmatron as a concept. Magmatron has no space in my head where I want to spend $90 on it.
Yeah,
agreed.
And Sandstorm is like
I spent the $90 and I was like, I took it out of the box and threw it in a corner. I didn't even transform it.
So it has space in my head and it leaves a hole in my heart because there's no big convoy to go with it.
Well, maybe someday.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's got to be something that they have on a drawing board for when they need to fill another commander class price point. Because like I think they would probably throw that there just to get the bigness and like make the mammoth mode worth being there. For me, I ended up voting for Sandstorm because like it's the best triple changer in its format that we've gotten since they moved to triple changers being leader exclusive. Like it did what they've been trying to do for 5 years, the best of anything in that time. Best leader plus in studio series. Anybody want to take a guess how the results read on this one?
That's a sucker's bet right there.
Yeah. Yeah, the answer is just Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. Like it wasn't even close.
In all fairness, I voted for leader class swoop because 86 Optimus Prime went somewhere else on my
And
vote.
like and you know, if 86 Optimus Prime hadn't been an option, like if it hadn't come out or whatever, Swoop probably would have been my pick just because, yes, 4 years later, I think 4 years later, they actually did manage to finish off the full set of Dinobots at the leader price point without going through like an obvious size reduction or simplification. Like nothing bad happened along the way besides
Yeah,
sludge
he was
existing.
he was
Um,
exactly what he needed to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
nothing marred the set of Dinobots. They came out over their course of time and everything just worked. It was great. Like
I think they knew of if anything needs to come out as it started. I think they knew this needed to stick the landing and be what it was from start to finish. Even if the boxes don't all match, you
yeah.
know, from an aesthetic standpoint, the figures had to be to give you those five main Dinobots.
Yeah,
Well,
I
Swoop
just wanted to
also. Go ahead,
I just
Matt.
wanted to throw that out there to just give Swoop some recognition. Like I
Yeah,
did vote for him
absolutely.
because I try not to vote for something in more than one category. I try to spread out the love a little bit, but Optimus Prime really is excellent.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I was.
like oh, sorry, go ahead, Diecast. I know you were
No,
queued
I
up.
just to Don's point, we got lucky with the Dinobots because you could see there was price adjustments through that line, and Swoop being probably the cheapest to produce being at the end was a smart move because Grimlock and Slag or Slug or
Yes.
whatever you want to call them, they actually came with their little mini guys, the
Uh-huh.
Ollie and then they got
Wheelie.
cut out. So I think that was a price savings. And then, obviously Swoop is always the cheapest
Well, the thing is, you
to
also got
produce.
all those extra uses of Grimlock that you really won't get with the other Dinobots. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that had a factor to play somewhere as well.
Yeah, and Swoop also just being like physically the simplest Dinobot, it was the safest to be the last one in the lineup. But like
Yep.
86 Optimus Prime, like we're giving all of attention to Swoop because in any other circumstance, it probably deserved a win here. But like Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime just like blew me away so much. Like it's I think I said this during Earthrise. I'd be hard pressed to need another G1 1984 based Optimus Prime. Like I might buy Missing Link someday, but that's a completely different kind of thing from this. Like generations would have to go through a like revolution in technology to justify buying another one like this.
Oh, we said that about
86
Earthrise
Optimus.
too.
Yeah. 86 Optimus Prime is so good. The fans will understand this that I actually will not buy the Romulus, which is the Megatron, the third party character, because it doesn't look right next to 86 Optimus
Yeah,
Right.
Prime. And
Yeah, it's too small.
I never usually say I won't buy a third party because the Hasbro is better
Yeah.
or at a better scale or something. And I want something to go with 86 Optimus Prime.
And you know what I've said about me growing up where scale wasn't an issue? This is one of the very, very few times that scale is making me say that ain't right.
I love to just like 86 Optimus Prime basically gave us in modern generations, essentially the trinity of Optimus Primes. You have this one that is so thoroughly cartoon based, but still transforms into a good truck, and like the process is not even like overcomplicated. You have Earthrise, which kind of represents Masterpiece MP10's melding of cartoon and toy. And then you have the Legacy Deluxe one from this year that gives you the updated toy experience. Like you have basically every step that you would possibly want for representing Optimus Prime from 1984. It's a really cool way to cap that off for me. And it came with a really good like 2 scale trailer for it too. So like
Yeah.
it was a great get this year.
I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Siege Optimus because there's a lot of good in that Siege Optimus.
Yeah, but
I
that was
just
from several years ago.
Yeah, I
So
know.
let's roll this forward because we got a lot of show ahead of us, Don.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but
Oh no,
we're
I'm
just
just saying. I just
right.
wanted to say that.
So we're gonna move on to Earthspark now. We've got one category for that, which is the Earthspark Deluxes. So a unanimous win between the RFC vote and the fan vote is Deluxe Aftermath. I personally, my vote for Aftermath was for the Takara version with the modified deco and extra paint apps, but even the Hasbro version is pretty good too.
Like you said, same mold. So
Yeah.
you know.
It is
But
a
yeah, I think
really nice
everyone probably voted. Was that unanimous?
If it wasn't like in the fan vote, I don't think it was unanimous. It might have been unanimous among the hosts. I did not copy down like the granular information on that, but like Aftermath was a clear winner in this category.
I would love to see Aftermath get a legacy treatment.
Yeah, Generations, like a Voyager Generations toy that that stays very close to the styling and the feel of the original. Yeah, it would be really great to have.
If we ever see that, it'll be a Battle Trap reissue, recolor.
Matt, do you want to add in anything about Aftermath? I know you particularly were enthusiastic about that toy.
Oh, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. It's also the only Earth Spark toy that I bought, but it's just so good. And mine went with my Junkions. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so our next category is Best Masterpiece. The RFC winner is MPM 15 Brawl. The fan vote winner is MP59 Rhinox.
I was torn on because I bought both of these and I was really torn. Both of them do excellent things that's well worth the money. Although admittedly I did get my Rhinox for 145, so I'm a little biased there. But considering Brawl has never really had what you would call a good toy. And he just looks so good as a masterpiece. Like Rob said, he puts the mass in masterpiece. So, but I was definitely torn between these two.
I'm kind of just personally glad none of the train bots won in this category because that
Oh,
would have
gosh,
been
thank
a
goodness.
tragedy.
That would be
A train wreck,
sabotage,
if you will.
That was sabotage.
Sabotage, as William Shatner would say.
Sabotage.
So best missing link. Now, I actually wrote 2 versions of this question. On the host form, I phrased this as best missing link convoy, although I did put Bumblebee and Cliffjumper on there. I left it more generalized for the fan vote one, but unsurprisingly, C01, the Toy Colors Missing Link Convoy, won both the RFC and fan vote. C02 did receive some fan votes. Bumblebee received 1 vote, and poor Cliff did not even place.
Yeah, C01 is the way to go. I had both. I almost got rid of the second one. C02, I decided to keep it. But C01 is just vastly superior. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, next time I visit Hey Mickey, he's gotten Missing Link Convoy. I found that out after I was like out of his house getting ready to head home, so I didn't get a chance to mess with it. But like, that's going to be something that I spend some time with next time I visit him, and I'm probably going to end up buying a Missing Link before we do a year in review 2025. So
You need to.
stay tuned for that. Okay, so that concludes our mainline major retail segment. We're going to move on to our Transformers 1 categories. So we have a category for Best Prime Changer, which was the deluxe analogs from the Transformers 1 line. So for Best Prime Changer, the RFC winner is Alpha Trion. And the fan vote winner is Quintesson Commander. I think I voted for the Quintesson Commander myself.
That surprises me.
Which one?
Quintesson Commander. Because it's a very weird toy.
It is kind of a weird toy, but it's also kind of neat for being weird.
And you do get the actual Quintesson-ish cruiser.
Yeah, well, yeah. Little like super downscaled one. Like they made the toy based on the Quintesson like patrol ship from the movie, but you barely even actually see the patrol ship in more than just like really tight in shots because it seems so big. I guess that kind of helps them though. They don't have to worry about being super accurate to what's on screen, since for the most part it's not on screen.
Yeah, the Alpha Trion doesn't surprise me because for a bipedal beast mode robot, it does a lot of things a lot of other figures don't.
Okay.
And for me, the things it didn't do, I feel, were also kind of notable. It has that really nice like simplicity level of, you know, a good deluxe beast transformer from, you know, Beast Wars Beast Machines in that period. It's not super complicated to mess with, but it looks good in both modes. And yeah, I was really happy with that one.
I've seen digital recolors of Alpha Trion as Beast Machine Snarl, and like,
Oh yeah.
If there was ever to be like a motive to actually make Beast Machine's referential redecos, like that makes complete sense to me. Like that would be a great fit. So I kind of boiled down the rest of Transformers 1 into a couple chunks here, just because like the Transformers 1 movie line was not huge, but there was kind of a breadth of different categories. So what I termed best other, the RFC vote went to a three-way tie between Power Flip Optimus, the Optimus Transforming Mask, and Brave Commander Optimus. The fan vote winner was Brave Commander Optimus. So best other like regular figure category, the winner is Brave Commander Optimus Prime.
I forgot that I had that.
Which one was Brave Commander?
That's
The
the
Takara
Japanese
exclusive.
leader.
I got
How
it. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, I got it the day that somehow it came like the day I went to go see the movie. So I got a chance to like open it like in the parking lot of the movie theater. And
Nice.
yeah, that was kind of nice.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't bought the Studio Series one. And as soon as I got that one, it's like I could put that money towards this, you know.
And then we have the best of everything else Transformers one, which was a write-in segment for just anything that didn't fit somewhere else. So winners from the fan vote in this category are the Target Race Changers 2-pack featuring bot shots, the Iacon Race 3-pack featuring Cyberverse 1 steps, and Ultimate Energon Optimus Prime, which is one of those like you push a button and like little armor pieces flip out on the chest. I think that's that one. It's like the big gimmicky Optimus for the year. Moving on now to capsules and exclusives. So, our best Target exclusive, the RFC vote winner is Origins Wheeljack. The fan vote winner is Origins Wheeljack. So I would feel it safe to declare that the best Target exclusive this year was Origins Wheeljack, and I think that is deserved.
I disagree though, because occasionally the Hasbro team might listen into podcasts, and if they do, Evan, I just want you to know that I voted for the Shuttle Massacre Ratchet and Brawn 2-pack.
Give me an Optimus Prime, Zombie Optimus Prime, Dark Awakening, and that will win every category it's in.
Well, it would probably just win it might win 2 categories if I roll one of the later categories forward to next year. But we'll have to see how the numbers line up for that. But Origin Wheeljack is something that shouldn't have worked, but it's so like it turned out so well. The engineering on that could have been a nightmare. It's fairly intuitive. There's like one part where you have to figure out exactly the right sequence of folding the limbs. But like even that, you do it once and you kind of build that muscle memory, and it just makes sense from there. Like they made this, it's small for a Voyager, yeah, but they made like a box with a fairly big internal volume that you can stuff Origin Bumblebee into, turn into a robot that's still in scale with other generations toys. Like It's an engineering triumph. It is solid in both modes. It's a good-looking cartoon-based wheeljack, albeit, with necessary compromises just to support what it turns into. But like, it's really good, and I wish we would have had this during Siege. This was like the poster child for what we expected Siege to be. It's what we always complained at the time. Why is this not a Siege toy? They finally gave it to us a few years later, and it was great.
Definitely the most enjoyable dude who turns into a literal box I have gotten in a long time.
I mean,
Yeah.
the first thing I said was announced is like box wheeljack. I mean, and they made it so Bumblebee can fit in him. That's
Right. Yeah, it's really cool.
Whoa.
Yeah, if you ever wanted to stuff Bumblebee into a locker, I mean, this is the toy for you.
I mean, I imagine everybody's had that motivation at one point or another.
Badassatron.
Well, yeah, actually, when he was doing that ad nauseum, yes, I probably did want to stuff him into a locker. All right, good point. You certainly named the use case there. So, best Walmart exclusive part one, the Star Raiders. RFC vote is for Ferric. The fan vote is for Ferric. I wonder who won. It
That
was
is
Ferric.
just such a good mold.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that. Other than the really loose shoulders on the Target
Target
Master
Master?
version,
Yeah.
that was the
Generation selects.
selects. Yeah, that mold really has not had a bad run life. I mean, Metal Hulk, you wouldn't even think that was Cyclonus at first glance.
So Kingdom Cyclonus actually has a really bad yellowing problem on its nylon parts. So
Oh, no.
that one unfortunately has not held up. But like
Oh,
the mold in general has persisted, and like it's not aging in terms of like falling behind engineering disciplines. Like it keeps up with the contemporaries that it's put against. And yeah, Ferric is a really good deco on a really good mold. It's got interesting retooling. Um, yeah, and especially when you could end up getting it for, $12 to $14, if you waited long enough. Like, you can't really go wrong with that. Um, I think I actually voted for Road Pig because I was a little iffy on whether that application of that Junkion motorcycle would work, but honestly, that turned out a lot better than I really expected it to. And it gave me confidence to say, like, yeah, give me Robot Master Sideways off of this, or give me Robots in Disguise Axer. Like, do more stuff using this as a starting point, because like it does work. Best Walmart exclusive, part two, G1 reissues. The RFC vote, with a unanimous result, is Optimus Prime. The fan vote is Optimus Prime, which only barely beat out reissue Soundwave. Which,
My
I mean,
only
I
problem
kinda
with
see-
Soundwave reissues is they feel cheaper than the G1 toy.
Okay.
So I think it may be like how the plastic is tackier or something. I think it's the
Yeah,
paint. I think it's the paint.
squishier. Yeah,
It's paint. It's like painted. I think that's what it is. I think that's all that it is. Cause it's otherwise it's pretty close. It's basically the same thing.
Didn't the original have more diecast in it?
So I don't think so.
No, I think it was always just the
joints and
toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've made that mistake in the past too. I voted for Optimus just because they went to the problem of recreating the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a big point in its
yeah,
favor.
and the colors do look good on it.
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
I feel so lucky I got that on the Walmart clearance. It is a really nice set. I was not really expect to need that or want that after getting Missing Link, but the animation deco makes it, unique enough that it's definitely something I wanted to get.
Yeah, I was actually surprised how close behind Optimus Prime Soundwave was in the fan vote. Like it was a fairly slim margin on that, and like I get it, but like Optimus Prime just seems like a clear, easy winner for this category. Like they nailed what they're doing with the retro G1 stuff right now with Optimus Prime, as they should. Moving on to best Amazon exclusive, the RFC vote is a tie between the set of Bludgeon and Ruckus and the Chop Shop Barrage and Malleus Minotaurus 3-pack. And I use the term 3-pack there very generously. The fan vote winner is Chop Shop Barrage and Malleus Minotaurus, so the overall winner is Chop Shop and Company. Which I had to vote for the Deluxe Insecticons just because that was the set that like did the most new and different with the toys it was starting with.
I mean,
So
Ruckus is. Go ahead, Matt.
I could have gone either way on that, but they did so much retooling on Ruckus that it's essentially a new toy and it's really good. But yeah, I totally see where the Deluxe Insecticons are getting votes from.
Because the Ruckus is great, but you're saddled with another of that Tarn mold in a format that not many people are going to readily recognize who that's supposed to be. And I think that's what hurt the set too. Is you really bought the set only for one figure.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
because the Deluxe Insecticons are so instantly recognizable to everyone.
Well, I'm just saying they've also. I'm saying of them getting a full set. We have a full set now, right?
we will with the
Once
first
we
wave.
get Venom, yeah.
Yeah, with the
Okay.
first or second wave of Age of the Primes, we'll have Venom.
Yeah.
No, but like it's the same. That's the problem I was at because like that Ruckus is it's a victory in like extensive retools. Like as once you overcome the hurdle of when to finish transforming the arms, as Rob and Wheeljack64 in our Discord were talking about recently, like that just it's very solid. It's got like that pleasant G1 simplicity to its transformation. Everything is just big chunks and clicks into place, but it's a posable modern robot. It's so much bigger and it feels more different from Beachcomber in a way that it overcomes Beachcomber's kind of blandness that I always had an issue with. But at the same time, it has to come with that bludgeon, which even me, having been a fan of the IDW comics, I don't really care about that version of bludgeon in any meaningful way. At least with the Insecticons pack, like both toys in that are something that I have a desire for, even if just because there's going to be a complete team of them finally, and I want those two middle pieces for it. And the small hammer robot, I guess. Again, using 3-pack in the most generous possible way there. Our best event exclusive, the unanimous vote between RFC and the fan vote is for Pulse Dino King, so that's our winner. I say unanimous, both results were the same. There was a little bit of give and take here and there, but the clear winners were Pulse Dino King. Which I mean, it didn't do anything for me, but I'm glad other people enjoyed that and finally got that after the long wait from the individual Dinobot releases. Don, were you gonna?
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead. No.
No, I was finished. I was letting you.
No. You said what I was thinking, so go ahead.
Okay, we'll just cut all that. Best Generations Comics Edition. The RC vote is a tie between Straxus and the Flame and Zaron 2-pack. The fan vote went to Straxus, so our overall winner is Comics Edition Straxus.
As it should.
Neither of those is a bad choice, honestly. Like, Flame and Zaron certainly has a little bit of extra merit to it just because, like, how the hell did we get toys of those two characters?
Yeah, I voted for Flame and Zeron, but like I'm fine with Straxus. It was good either way.
I don't think there's a bad choice in the comics edition. Like all 4 toys they did for it last year, like Grimlock might be the weakest in concept, but like King Grimlock from the comics is enough of an iconic thing in Transformers lore that it deserves a representation. Shockwave, I think, gets by mostly on the little Optimus Prime head platform thing. But, it is a clean deco of Shockwave. It's in the more saturated purple that we've asked for a lot, albeit with the halftone tampagraphs on there. But, like, Straxus and Zaron, that's just, like, where it took a leap into something more than what it was. And, like, if they do another round of comics edition stuff, which I'm pretty sure Evan wants to do more of that, I hope it's going to follow that lead. It's going to build from this point and not slide backward into where it started.
I mean, Straxus is just when Siege Galvatron came out, Chris, I asked you what are the chances of getting a Straxus from
Right.
this? Because if you look at the toy and you look at the comic panel where he transforms into flying cannon mode, it's like he just came off the page.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a really great retool package they did for that. I think this was originally intended to be a retail product, and they bumped it in favor of doing Transmetal 2 Megatron. So if this was pre-existing retool that they rolled into this format, I'm glad this stuff finally came out because they did a really good job converting Galvatron into Straxus. It's really convincing, and hopefully we do get like a regular version of this for people who may not want to live with the comics deco on
Yeah,
it
I
because
would
I'm not sure if I
love
can live with it.
I would love to get a shot at Flame Zeron and Straxus without the comic shading on them.
Mhm.
It's not that bad. In person, it's really not that bad.
So we only had 2 Generation Selects releases in 2024. So the better of 2 Generation Selects, the RFC vote went to the GoBot Guardians 3-pack. The fan vote went to the GoBots Guardians 3-pack.
Yeah. Who's the other?
The Autobots Stand United 5-pack, which was
this is the
Earthhound
winner.
and the opaque plastic Autobot cars.
Yeah, this is the winner.
Which, I mean, like between Earthhound and a Sunstreaker that actually doesn't look diseased, like there is a call for that to have some votes, but like the GoBots Guardian 3-pack was just a lot of fun to me.
I mean,
I
the
will
Jazz,
also
the
always
Jazz have
take-
that 5-pack too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will always take new characters over basically post-release patches for existing toys,
Right.
which is most of what
Yeah.
that box is.
I mean, you get Pathfinder, you get that Cosmos mold again, you get the Gears mold again, you get the Warpath mold for better or for worse.
You know, that Warpath mold, it's great in robot mode, it's great in tank mode. The transformation is the only problem there because of the panel work you have to do. But like there is nothing wrong with that
Oh no,
mold
not at all.
in its fundamentals. Like it's a really solid 3-pack. It's the redecos came out beautifully for their colors. Pathfinder, that shade of blue on her is just it's
It is.
beautiful. It's Smallfoot's the only one I have like a particular deco issue with, and that's just I wish they would have contrasted the color of her face versus her helmet a little bit.
Yeah.
Like they can both be pink, just don't be the exact same pink. Let the face stand out a little bit more with a different shade. But like even as is, like it's a great set. I love those 3 toys, those 3 redecos. It's really good. I'm happy to have that Autobots 5-pack with the generally better colors with the Hound you can't get anywhere else. But yeah, that 3-pack just it walked away with it this year.
And now we just need a Generations Power Glide so we can get a bad boy to finish that GoBots collection.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
We also would need to get a new Viper so that me and you can like stalk a convention and buy up every single one that we find.
Agreed.
We need to bring back the glory of 2015.
And this time maybe they can do the Tiger Force deco that I yelled at them about.
Well, yeah, but you yelled at Mark Webber about that, and he's not even there anymore.
Yeah.
Just as with Generation Selects, we had 2 dramatic capture releases. So the better of those 2, the RFC vote is for the Autobot headquarters. The fan vote is for the Nemesis Bridge, and so the war between the Autobots and the Decepticons rages on. But both sets got the recognition.
I voted for the Autobots strictly for mainframe in the correct colors.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, I have not bought either, but I voted for the Autobot set because if I was going to get one, I would want the mainframe colors mainframe more than I'd want the reruns of the other Decepticons and a chair.
I'm still waiting for mine to come in at BBTS, but I am disappointed that subsequent dramatic capture listings have not come with furniture. I feel like that should be a like solid like ongoing part of the line.
Finally, in this category, we have our best collaborative toy. The RFC vote went to Party Wallop, and the fan vote went to Party Wallop, because honestly, how could this have gone any other way this year?
How could this not be unanimous?
Yeah, I don't think it was unanimous, but I think Party Wallop had a sizable commanding lead over
Yes,
its.
but I'm saying, how could it not be unanimous?
Who was the
It's-
other?
yeah. Well, there was Agent Knight,
Oh yeah,
Nope.
and there was
Sergeant Cup.
Sergeant
Sergeant
Cup.
Cup. Okay.
I thought there was a fourth one on the list, but like if none of us can remember it, like
It didn't
makes
win.
sense.
It didn't get a vote.
Yeah. No, but Party Wallop is like before this, the collaborative I liked best was Gigawatt. And that had kind of an easy time because that was just basically reskinning an already solid Transformers toy, like engineering that had been well tested at that point from Siege Sideswipe. But like Party Wallop is 100% new engineering, parts, everything, and it's great. Like it came out so good. I've heard talk recently that when they were designing it, it was intended to actually be Metalhead, and Nickelodeon insisted that it be the turtles themselves instead. And like you can kind of see that in some of the design language of it. Fortunately, we have aftermarket kits to, bring it forward to what it was intended to be. But like even setting aside that they did not release it as what it should have been, like, man, I love that thing so much. Like, it is such a nostalgia hit to 6-year-old me and my obsession with the Ninja Turtles. I love that it is a toy of the cartoon accurate turtle van that has basically not existed for, the last 30 years. Like, I love everything they did with this. So yeah, like easy win, and I agree. Like this should have been unanimous.
I don't know that I opened mine. I did open Sergeant Cup. I'm pretty sure I voted for Sergeant Cup.
I think you did, yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds right. I was not surprised when I saw that you voted for Sergeant Cup. I wasn't even disappointed when I saw that you voted for Sergeant Cup because when I was writing the thing, I was expecting Brian's going to vote for that.
It's the best of the GI Joe collaboratives. It's like the first one that I would say is good.
Oh, cool.
And I like it.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's like it's like having a cup that big is really weird, but it comes to Sergeant Slaughter, and that's all that matters.
So you like it for Sergeant Slaughter more than you like it for Cup?
It's good. It's a good toy. It's a good toy.
And Leatherneck was also there.
Yes, I forgot about Leatherneck.
I saw my Leatherneck for like $40. So
I still say that whoever it is at Hasbro who decided, okay, these crossovers need to look like they are two entirely separate things squished together and not picked with any kind of synergy as to the robot mode and the alternate mode needs to reconsider that.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Fortunately, we didn't have that problem with Party Wallop.
No.
Party Wallop was so good. It's so good I bought a second one to turn into Metalhead so that I could still have my first one to be what it was originally. Because like, the more I thought about it, the more I didn't want to like permanently alter that toy and not be able to have it swap between being the turtles. Like that's how much I liked it. I bought a second one to modify.
You love it being a turtle.
Yeah. So moving on to our brief licensed goods category. Blockies kind of became a big deal in the fandom this year. So I put a category in for favorite Blockies figure that was suggested by Spencer Wild in our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord. There were many different votes for this because it was a write-in category, but the leading result with 16% of the total vote was Shockwave from Blockies Galaxy Series 4.
What was second?
I don't remember. I didn't write that down.
Okay, just because I was curious. I love Blockies. I just got Galaxy 6, which I'm probably gonna do a video on, but so far I think I voted for Tarn. Just because he was like a lot bigger than the other block. He's still using like a lot of the same parts. So it was kind of impressive how they did that. Ultra Magnus was kind of that same way too. But yeah, Shockwave's great. I mean, there's really like there's a lot of good blockies for using a lot of the same parts. It's just amazing to me.
I voted for the only blocky that I've got, Smokescreen.
That's fair. I mean, I think that probably ended up being the case a lot of the time.
I've got RC, but I haven't put her together yet. So
Look, I just popped open the survey form. It looks like Tarn was the second place winner.
Oh,
That
nice.
makes sense.
Yeah, I think like I've gone on record. I don't like the way the Autobot cars map to the Blockies style, but like Grimlock turned out good. The Death Tracker, well, all the Transformers One ones, I think actually look pretty good as Blockies. I like the Death Tracker that I have. Karn seems like another one that would kind of map to the Blockies style pretty well, so it kind of makes sense if that was a like another high placing result.
All the Dinobots came out really well. I'm excited to open up in 6. I'm finally gonna get Swoop. So
Yeah, so Eduardo Licious in our Discord got the Wave 6 case recently and was posting pictures of dinosaur mode swoop, and like I would love to actually complete a set of the dinosaur mode Dinobots and Blockies because like they all look really cool. Like they translate into that surprisingly well, and swoop in particular looks pretty good that way.
yep. Yeah.
So moving on, favorite YOLO part from 2024. The overall winner is AMK Pro Starscream, which I think makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Like killer likeness on that, great colors, and just AMK Pro build quality. Like can't really go wrong with that. When not if when they do a sunstorm off of that, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah.
If it's orange. If it's yellow, I'm fine. I don't want yellow sunstorms, only orange sunstorms.
I hope it's not an exclusive like a
Oh, it will be. It will be. Uh, Favorite reaction figure. The overall winner for this category was G1 Unicron boxed version, which I think was their SDCC exclusive. Looking back at it.
Was I the only one that voted for that?
Probably.
Well, I mean,
I probably voted for Unicron.
I would imagine so.
I may have voted.
I I think all of the host votes for this went to that Unicron. Um, I will give an honorable mention here to one of our fan vote write-in answers. This is from Manny Cara, and I quote, "Why is this even a question? Do you hate people who took time to fill out the survey?" Ah, no, Manny, I love you and I love all of our RFC audience. I thank you all so much for taking the time to respond to the Fans Choice Awards because like this makes this so much more fun. So best Super 7 Ultimates. The RFC boat was RFC vote, not boat. We don't have a boat. We can't afford that. Boats are a big hole in the water that you throw money into. The RFC vote is for VHS box Optimus Prime. The fan vote is actually a tie between VHS box Soundwave and reformatting Megatron. So draw your own conclusions there. I don't have a way to tie break the fan vote.
Yeah. I think if we had just voted for best box, it would have been less painful.
It's still voting for Super 7 Ultimates Transformer, which, in a lot of cases is just painful. All right, so that takes us through our general product categories. We're going to move on to what we call our general superlatives. So this is our best and sometimes not so best of the year that was 2024. So first up in this category is favorite Transformers movie of 2024. Now you might be wondering, how did I make a voting category out of one movie that came out this year? Well, I divided this into which viewing of that movie was your favorite. The choices for this were the first viewing, the second viewing, the third viewing, and any subsequent viewing. So the RFC vote is a tie. The RFC vote is a tie between Transformers 1 first viewing and Transformers 1 any subsequent viewing after the third viewing. I will say I actually voted for the any subsequent viewing category because my fourth viewing of the movie was on Paramount Plus in full HD on my like 2K screen.
Nice.
And like the movie is damn gorgeous. Like it looks better on my little high-res screen than it did in the theater. I mean, partly because I'm closer to it probably, but also just it's a little bit sharper, not being projected and everything. But like also being able to just sit there and take in all the detail at that resolution, like just the art style of that movie is so good. The production design of that movie is so good. Like, it was so cool to just be able to watch that and take that in and go back if I wanted to look at little details. Like, yeah, that viewing was every viewing of it has been good. That viewing just felt so much like, yes, this is the experience. This right here. The fan vote winner was Transformers 1, the first viewing, which by our tiebreaker rules means that the overall winner for the best Transformers movie or favorite Transformers movie of 2024 was Transformers 1, the first viewing. So most people voted for the theatrical viewing. I'm gonna just take that in interpretation. Uh yeah. So I was happy about picking this category up for this year, the best Optimus Prime of 2024, because yeah, there was enough of them to actually do a category about this. Um, as you might expect, the RFC vote and the fan vote were unified in their pick. Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime is our best Optimus Prime in 2024. But in both the RFC and the fan vote, Missing Link came in second place. So if there's anything we haven't said already about Studio Series 86 Optimus when we were praising it in Best Leader Plus, feel free to chime in with that now. But I assume this is why Matt did not vote for it in the earlier category.
He did sneak in two places on my list eventually.
Ah, naughty, naughty, Matt.
Hey, I
No.
said I try. Not
Yeah, I
to.
know.
I don't always succeed.
But yeah, like the results here ran pretty much exactly as I expected. I thought either Missing Link or Studio Series 86 was going to take this, and they took the top two spots. So like that fell right within my expectations.
So I don't know why. So I voted for Studio Series 86 Optimus.
But I don't know why you did that.
I don't know why I did that over Missing Link Convoy.
Oh, okay.
I probably drew some distinction between the fact that that Convoy was an Optimus Prime in 1984.
Okay.
I probably had to come up with some reason like that. But like as far as toys go, they're both great. I prefer Missing Link Convoy, but I did vote for Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime for some reason.
I don't think either of them are a bad choice, though. Like both absolutely have like there's a lot of logic or reason or even just feeling behind voting for either one. Like there's a lot to them. Yeah, okay, so this is another one that I was amused to add this year. The best toy I bought again, even though I already owned it. So the idea of this is that you're rebuying a toy that is either unmodified or practically unmodified from its previous form just to get some new thing that it comes with.
This feels very directed at Brian and I, just because we have.
Dude, my dude, I am guilty of this too. Like, none of us are innocent here.
This is just part and parcel of collecting Transformers at this point.
Pretty much.
Especially in the year 2024 when it seemed like there was a lot of this practice happening.
Yeah, so maybe I just feel triggered because I just got Tarn today, and like I already have Tarn, and this is exactly the same toy, but
why?
I got Tarn again.
Why?
One tarnation.
Exactly. Thank you, Don.
Yeah, you said it louder, Don. You win. I do too, but I'd like a bulkier Tarn figure at that size, honestly.
Yeah. So the RFC vote winner is a tie between Legacy United Metal Hawk and any G1 Retro Collection reissue, which I'm going to just assume for the sake of simplicity here that vote for that was a vote for the Optimus Prime reissue.
Probably.
The fan vote was for Legacy United Soundwave, and I am just making an executive decision that the actual declared winner of this category is Legacy United Soundwave, because that is by far the most egregious example of this, because so many of us bought a $60 toy just to get Buzzsaw.
Yes, I voted along with the fans on this one.
Yeah.
Because I totally bought Legacy Buzzsaw along with Soundwave.
I think Soundwave is what I voted for also. And honestly, it was a tough call for me because like I love Metal Hawk's new colors. I don't feel bad that I bought that again for the better colors, but like in both cases it felt just as bad to me that I re-bought a toy I already had a perfectly good copy of for one little reason like that. The Buzzsaw thing had to win out though, just because that was a more expensive input toy.
And
Oh,
the
Chris,
funniest
I'm
thing
gonna.
about that, though, just still, I feel it needs reiterated. Buzzsaw is not even a new mold. It is just a recolor of Laserbeak that, for some reason, has never been done in this particular format before.
Well,
So
I have one good reason why it hasn't been done in this format, which is because I think even still that is gang molded to Laserbeak, or not, Laserbeak is gang molded to Ravage, and basically since Laserbeak and Ravage were coming out, there's not really anything else they can do with Ravage like that, so it had to keep waiting for when they could actually loop this in as its own thing. Um, but yeah, like it is it it has always felt really weird that Buzzsaw has just been missing in action the whole time.
yeah.
I would like to give honorable mention to Overcharge because I did get him this year, even though he's a 2025 toy. He did come from
Yeah.
Amazon this year,
Well,
and
okay.
I think that is the epitome of even beyond Metal Hulk. It's the Blitzwing mold with those Hulk hands.
He has a new head though.
Yeah. Yeah. So two problems with this, Don. A, as you said, it's a 2025 toy, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
something that's included on our next year in review episode.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
that in mind for next year.
Also, though, it is a full redeco. It's a new character. It's got a new head, so it does not qualify for the "I bought it again" category
Oh,
because that
so
is,
okay, I see. I didn't
yeah.
realize that
That's
part.
why I explained at the start. This category describes toys that have been re-released either unmodified or slightly modified, and we're rebuying them
Yeah, I
for
forgot
some
about the
reason.
new head. I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
So our next is another write-in category. This was suggested by Manny Cara. It's the worst remake released in 2024 of a previous classic slash generations toy. And there were a few things to pick from for this year. So our overall winner, or I guess the overall pick, I will say, rather than winner, is Legacy Sideburn, which I think that's a fairly qualified answer because like man, that thing is disappointing when they had such an easy way out for doing a sideburn by just doing what FunPub did several years earlier and redecoing a hot rod.
Which I asked for several times.
Yeah,
But
like
I don't recall a previous classics or generations sideburn.
that is
Unless
the previous.
that's the only one.
Yeah.
The Fun Pub one. Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't think that counted, or I would have voted for Legacy Sideburn.
My apologies. This will be clearer next year if we do this category again.
I'll cast a late vote.
Well, I mean that's not going to change the result. So yeah, go for it. We also had responses for Legacy Quake, which I think is also quite valid. Somebody asking, did this happen? Yes, it did. Steeljaw, which like the fact that Studio Series A6 Steeljaw could be considered worse than Fall of
Data disc one?
Cybertron. Yeah, like that's just saying something right there. Another response for Quake. Quake. It's Quake, right? Everyone on this list is saying Quake, so it's probably Quake. I choose Lockdown. Oh wait, they tricked me.
I disagree with Quake because it did correct the Titan's Return problem because Quake was never supposed to be a headmaster.
Yeah, but
the new one
that
corrects
that
that.
toy is not fun to transform, and it looks like it look.
The
I'll
tank
go back
mode
to
is
what I said
bad. I
before.
will give it that.
It's
The tank-
it's an inner pretender shell robot with no shell to hide in.
Well, that kind of makes sense since they retooled it from an homage of an inner pretender shell robot. Rob just put in their Zoom chat, Steeljaw wins the honorary award of worst remake of a hockey puck. I'm canonizing that, so thank you, Rob. It really is the worst remake of a hockey puck. They didn't even manage to make it round.
Yeah.
So favorite on-topic purchase this year. This was a category that I gave to just the RFC hosts. So Matt chose Fire Guts God Jinrai correctly.
Yeah, what else was going to
Great purchase,
Yeah,
Matt.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Rob picked Missing Link Convoy.
Also, great purchase.
A worthy choice.
Brian picked 3D printed bot.
From Matt.
Would you like to expand on that?
Yeah, so I haven't been here since before Christmas, so I didn't get to go through like what I've got this week. Matt sent me that he picked up at TFCon a bot from the episode Bot that's 3D printed, but it's really nice and it's beautiful.
I saw it and thought of Brian immediately.
I love it.
It's like, this is what he's getting for Christmas.
Yeah, so next week when we go through what we got this week, I'll actually show it off. But yeah,
awesome.
It's one of the only pieces that's actually setting out right now in my office.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so it's beautiful.
Yeah, I've been confused about this answer since you gave it to me like 10 days ago. So I'm glad to finally understand what that means. I did not get a response in this from Diecast, and I did not get a response in this from Don.
I'm sorry.
Well, to be fair, they both buy so much they can't remember.
Yeah, that's valid. My pick for this though was Beast Wars second Taco Tank.
Nice.
Also an excellent choice.
Yeah, so that's the thing I bought from John earlier this year from his eBay, or earlier last year from his eBay sales. That's Cloudburst on eBay. And like it's I don't know that saying it's a monumental purchase is quite right, but like for a long time, Taco Tank was one of those like kind of weird and like really big things, and it was such an oddball thing when it came out in Japan. Like it was not the easiest thing to get on the secondary market because like anybody who had imported it previously had obviously paid a lot of money to do that at the time, so they always commanded a higher price. And Taco Tank was not unobtainable, but it was like one of those things that was on the border of feeling unobtainable. And to finally get one, it's complete, it's in great condition, still has the original box and the packaging material. Like it was probably the coolest thing I got this year on a lot of levels, more so than I can say for, just like some like 2024 retail product. Like this actually feels like it means something to add to my collection. So I did get more comprehensive answers for the next category, the best ham sandwich of 2024. Don, I don't think anybody needs to actually like hear you say it, but why don't you go ahead and tell us what you picked for this one?
Oh wait, can I for
No,
him?
you can't. This question was made for me. Sit down.
Wait, I know your answer though.
It literally was made for Don.
My favorite off-topic ham sandwich purchase this year was the incredible, phenomenal, 10 years in the making Tryon 3.
I thought it was a Micronauts figure.
What?
Joking.
Also, I feel really old and sad that you pointed out Build Fighters Try was 10 plus years ago.
Well, I mean, I have been fighting for this since that episode appeared, trying to get it in Soul Chigoken.
I still can't believe. I
know.
Yeah.
Hey Don, when did you get your Dungeons and Dragons statue? Was that last year?
Yes, it was last week. No, I'm sorry, it was the first week of the year.
No. The other Dungeons and Dragons statue.
What, Tiamat?
Yeah.
Oh, that was year before last.
Okay. Because to me, that's way cooler than the other thing.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't have counted. I got that. I got that much earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, so I literally did write this category in for Don's sake because, like, I wanted to give him one more chance to gloat about Tryon 3 before we declare an absolute moratorium on it going forward, Don. But as for the rest of us, Matt chose the G.I. Joe Mega Construct set that came out.
Long may the line continue.
I hope so, yeah. And like, I don't know if it's going to ever be able to go to general retail, but I would love to see just like some figure packs and some smaller kits.
Did you put that together? Is it any good?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
Mega Construct's like vehicle and other building kits are actually quite good.
Yeah, they've been doing like Halo and Call of Duty stuff for years now. So G.I. Joe is a pretty easy step to
Yeah, they still have Halo stuff. They do not produce any Call of Duty anymore. That's been over with for several years, unfortunately. Um, Rob's pick is Gundam Breaker 4.
Yeah, which is not like Don level wizardry, but it's something I never expected to happen. And definitely was, more actually to be honest, my sights were not set that high. I was just hoping for a domestic release of the translated version of Gundam Breaker 3.
Oh.
But this takes, the best elements of that, almost totally ignores New Gundam Breaker, which was not anywhere near as good as the previous 3 games. And yeah, it is a really fun, like Dynasty Warriors style game where you smash up Gunpla and put together your own designs. And yeah, I recommend it highly to anybody who likes the sound of any of those facets.
If you enjoyed watching Gundam Build Fighters or Build Divers, like there's a lot of that energy in it. So like it is not exactly a video game version of those stories or how those universes work, but it's the closest thing you're going to get, and it is a fun game.
Yeah.
Diecast picked the HasLab Ghost Trap and PKE meter.
It's pretty awesome. I love the fact that I have it. I have the pack that goes with it. It's just I need more. I need goggles now.
Brian picked the Ghostbusters 2, Ghostbusters, and Oscar canvas print.
Yes. I've wanted this. So I have a couple of Vigo poster prints.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Kim for years that I want the painting that's at the end of Ghostbusters 2. Once Vigo's defeated on the canvas, it's the Ghostbusters and Oscar in a like neo-Renaissance style. And I've wanted it for years, and Kim surprised me with it this year, and I'm very happy with it. It's one of the only things I have displayed in my home. So if you're watching the video,
I can see it right now.
See it behind me. So I actually have it I have it there so that it can be seen from like the live stream of the podcast and also from work calls. So
nice.
Excellent.
Yeah. Love it.
My pick for best ham sandwich of 2024 is the vintage Playmates Star Trek the Original Series medical tricorder that I got from the Antique Mall in North Georgia back in October, because like I love my Star Trek prop toys, and to find that for like I think it was $40, working, complete, good shape, like that's go look at eBay prices for those things. I got a heck of a deal on that, and like I love those kind of toys. It's one of those things that I probably would not have sought out specifically as an aftermarket purchase, but like seeing it there and at a really decent price like that, and then to get it back and put fresh batteries in and have all the sounds and the lights work, like it's such a tactile toy. There's so much inside of it. Like it's been a lot of fun, and I'm glad to add that to the collection of that kind of toys, especially since uh birthday last year, I think it was, Diecast sent me the Playmates remake original series communicator. The year before that, Josh Wheeljack64 got me the original series phaser from the Playmates relaunch line. So like I've got like the full basic kit now between the new stuff and these vintage toys. So like it's a really cool way to kind of complete one of those sets. So yeah, that kind of made an impression on me, much like the Taco Tank did for the On Topics. Uh, so moving on to general favorite toy of 2024. Matt and Don both pick Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Diecast and Brian collectively picked Missing Link Convoy.
I think I might have picked that last year as my choice because I got mine in December.
You shouldn't have, because it didn't come out until February in Japan.
Are you sure? I thought I got it in December.
I double checked after you made that like note in your response.
Okay. So I didn't double dip. Good. It is absolutely 100% my favorite toy of the year.
Yeah. If you did somehow get Missing Link Convoy last year in December, like way to go.
No,
you somehow had it 2 months early.
Yeah. Okay. It felt like it felt like I got it earlier. Yeah, no, I absolutely love this toy. It is far and away my favorite toy all year.
It might have been like your favorite news story of last year.
It could have been that, yeah.
Very possible.
That actually sounds very, very plausible. Rob picked Legacy G1 Deluxe Optimus Prime.
Yeah, because I really love Missing Link Convoy. I'm happy to have it. It's a beautiful toy. It's got great articulation. It's got great everything. I paid enough for it that I'm a little bit scared of it.
Okay,
because it does have a bunch of vac metal plastic, which has, as we know, just issues by virtue of what it is. But Legacy G1 Optimus Prime has not left my desk since I got it. I fiddle with that like every other day.
Awesome.
So yeah, just like it's just like, I don't know how to describe the difference, but just like having one I feel comfortable just messing around with every day that has a lot of the same properties just really is a lovely thing.
Yeah, it's your daily driver Optimus Prime.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Missing Link is the one you take out on track days.
Exactly.
My pick was Legacy Gears. Like, as much as I love Studio Series 86 Optimus, there's just something to be said about a simple little deluxe that just does basically everything right. Um, it's got, as the term has grown into use, it has the hand feel that you kind of want out of a Transformer. Everything just kind of moves and poses smoothly, firmly. It's got that little bit of extra articulation you can squeeze out of some of the transformation joints. The vehicle mode could be a little bit better, but like overall, Gears just is almost an ideal little deluxe Transformer. It is just so good. It made me so happy. And it's going to continue to make me happy this year when the retro toy-based version comes out from Walmart in a couple of months. So for our fans' choice entry in favorite toy of 2024, Missing Link Convoy takes the win here, but only just beating out Studio Series 86 Optimus. Some of the comments we have on this I want to highlight. Cracktastic Plastic says C01 Missing Link Convoy was their pick. It was everything I ever thought I wanted and more. It was a childhood dream come true. Which I kind of relate to. I remember getting G2 Megatron when I was a kid, because remember, I'm younger than everybody else. I'm a G2 kid, and just thinking like, if this had like, moving legs and stuff, this would be like an even better toy than it is. I didn't get the Combat Hero Megatron mold until much, much later, unfortunately. I digress, though. Bromo adds with his choice, which was also Missing Link Optimus. Were there better toys released in 2024? Yes. By nearly any objective category, Studio Series 86 Optimus beats his Missing Link counterpart. But Missing Link Optimus simply, to use an old internet meme, sparks joy no other toy did this year. He took the rose-tinted "how I remember that toy when I was a kid" look and actually pulled it off. It brought new life to re-releases of the old G1 molds, which were honestly getting a little stale. And as we'll cover in another answer, it opens the door to some absolutely wild possible Transformers releases in the future. Moving on now to best news item of 2024. Matt picked Titan Star Convoy or Star Optimus Prime announced.
Bring on the Japanese stuff. I want the weird Japanese stuff.
Yeah. Also, the Euro stuff would be nice too, but we'll start with this. Rob picked unproduced G1 RC under consideration for Missing Link.
That would just be so amazing.
Yeah. Don, sorry, go ahead.
And I also want to add to that list, please, Takara, consider that prototype Everything Master Optimus Prime from Master Chief's Super Generized Instructions.
Yes.
Oh my God.
There's so much. Missing Link has so much potential. Anyway,
it does.
Don picked Omega Prime starting off the 40th anniversary. And I feel like that's, poking the bear at diecast a little bit.
Well, no, not at all. It's just RID of the entire franchise is one of the lesser, up until recently, is one of the more quieter ends of the Transformer pool. Yeah. And for Omega Prime to be what basically kicks off the 40th anniversary, I was ecstatic. I thought about the RC that Rob had mentioned, but with that being still so nebulous, no pun intended.
Yeah.
Um, that was just what just really kicked me in the butt for the year.
Diecast picked Missing Link Sunstreaker.
Yeah, just because I mean it shows that this missing link line is expanding. And that, you know, they weren't just gonna do Prime and Bumblebee and be done with it. And the fact that Sunstreaker can have little guys sit in his you know, behind the steering wheel is just pretty cool also. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see what else they can do with this missing link line, because I wasn't too sure that it would continue even after Prime. And then we saw Bumblebee and we're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, maybe they're doing one more. And now it's like, okay, maybe we're gonna get a bunch of these.
I like Brian's pick for best news item. Transformers 1 was actually good.
Yeah, I mean, so I constantly joked that this was a movie that nobody wanted. Nobody really did want it.
Right.
It's like, I think the way I put it on a skeet on Blue Sky was that it's a Transformers movie that nobody wanted until they saw it, and they loved it, generally speaking.
Those
Yeah.
who did see it.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
who did see it. But yeah, like, I had no desire or care to see it beyond just the fact that it was a Transformers movie. It looked cursed. I guess it was cursed in a sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Unfortunately so.
surprisingly good.
My pick is also the Missing Link RC prototype for a lot of the reasons that Rob points out, like just the potential that opens up for future Missing Link stuff, and like just the fact that, yeah, we can take stuff that was impractical or whatever back in the 80s, and toy technology now might actually make it happen. Like,
Missing Link G1 Unicron prototype.
That's what I was just gonna
Right.
say. He just made me think about that. And I've been asking for that prototype Unicron forever, but they could do that in the missing link line.
It
Uh,
might
I
be
would-
stretching things a little bit too, but I'd also like that Beast Wars Neo Unicron
Yeah.
through that.
So the fans' choice on this was roughly evenly split between Transformers 1 being actually good and the Missing Link news, on which subject some of our comments, again from Bromo. Missing Link, Sunstreaker, and RC. I don't get excited by this hobby very often these days. I know part of that's due to age and the jadedness that often comes with it, but it's hard to feel especially worked up over the next annual Optimus or Bumblebee release or another new take on combiners, which is what made the Missing Link reveal so special. Nobody could have predicted resurrecting a lost G1 mold or finally making an infamous prototype a reality, because either one was just about impossible, never mind both being announced at the same time. They were a genuine surprise in a time in this hobby when it's genuinely hard to be surprised. I'll keep looking forward to the next generations or studio series reveals since they're usually worth it. But I'm going to be downright jazzed for each new Missing Link announcement because, at least for the time being, it feels like just about anything's possible.
Well said.
Definitely.
Some other interesting insights. Phantom Fish says, the discourse around the 40th anniversary HasLab reveal. The discussions were fascinating.
Diecast.
Fascinating sure is a word for it. And
Annoying is another.
I still feel how I feel.
And Nathan Python Patroller picked Don getting core class Cheetor.
That's beautiful.
5 of them things.
All right.
Oh,
On
Don,
now,
they're not done. You will get more.
on now to our said trombone awards. These are for the things that were a little bit disappointing to us this year. We try to focus on our positivity on the podcast, but we certainly are not going to overlook some things that did not live up, or at least did not bring us happiness in the year of 2024. So, our sad trombone award in toys. Rob, Brian, and I all picked Titan class Tidal Wave, which I've gone on record at some length about my thoughts about how that turned out. If either of you want to add to that, feel free. Otherwise, we'll jump ahead.
High hopes not met.
Yeah, pretty much.
They took all the fun stuff out of the toy, and
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much where it Like both of those things is what it comes down to for me. My hopes were probably too high, I admit, but they did take the fun stuff out of that toy.
Given that his Japanese name was Shockwave, I think it's appropriate that he almost turns into a t-shirt cannon of himself, but
That's great.
not what I wanted out of Tidal Wave, like on several levels.
Diecast picked Core Class Concept Art Rumble.
It was so terrible and small. I hate that thing.
Matt picked Legacy Shadow Striker. Unfortunately, Shadow Striker was 2023's toy, but I'm allowing it anyway.
Oh, well, we'll say Sideburn then. I bought it in 2024.
Fair enough. I kind of figured that's what happened.
But yeah, other than that, I don't even need to explain that one, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. Don picked Field Left Blank.
Sorry, I must have missed that one.
He loves Don loves everything.
Yeah.
Any late entries, Don?
Most disappointing? I guess I'd have to say either Steeljaw or Sideburn. Really, they're both could have been so much better. And
Because he will not say a bad thing about Core Class Cheetor.
I mean, it can't be a disappointment if he never had any high hopes for it to be.
exactly,
Let's be
thank you,
honest.
Rob. Thank you.
So our fans' choice for this. So it didn't end up placing otherwise in the RFC Awards, but Studio Series Steeljaw sure did get attention in this category. Plus, there was a general sentiment of the dying gasps of Core Class in general in 2024. Also honorary mention of the disappointing reality that was the Godzilla collaboration toys.
Yeah. I've got them on pre-order though. I'm still debating on that, but they're on tentative pre-order because it's a Grimlock mold.
I won't say Core Class is dead, but I think if we ever see any more, there'll be pack-ins with larger toys.
Yeah,
It's wounded enough it will go into the Pokeball, I'll put it that way.
Core Class it's dead as a price point unto itself. Toys like that may still get made though. Sad Trombone Award for news. Matt, Diecast, and I all picked in various forms of phrasing, the fall Hasbro layoffs featuring John Warden. A lot of people were affected by that. John Warden basically put the personal face on it this time, which I think made a lot of us more sensitive to what had happened. Rob picked Hasbro and Paramount, enraged and confused by having produced actual good movie, cancel all future Transformers film productions. Very good phrasing, Rob.
Thank you.
Don picked health issues for Peter Cullen, I assume, and Gary Chalk.
Yeah.
What was Peter Cullen's health issue? I don't remember this.
Well, nothing has been said, but he canceled all of his because he was supposed to be at TFCon and he canceled. So he's been canceling a lot of appearances over the past 2 to 3 months. Then we know Gary is looking at cancer. It's a treatable cancer, but it's still there. And even though the layoffs are bad, and I felt that would be covered by somebody else, and Peter and Gary, I think, remind us that despite how much we look up to these people as professionals, they are humans and they have human foibles.
And that's a good lesson to learn.
And so it just sort of hit me a little harder. I mean, I'm sad for the layoffs. I'm sad for all that. Unfortunately, on a personal level, those two hit me a little harder because of what they mean to me, having grown up with this franchise and the quality of their work and how much they love what they do involved with it.
Hey, Don. Don.
Yeah.
Can we rephrase? I want to make an edit point there. Can we rephrase that and can you just say they're human? Because human foibles mean something different than what you think it means.
I'm sorry.
Okay, no. Like, no. Can you just seriously just say, hey, they're human, and then in the audio version, I'll just go back in and edit it.
Okay, they're human.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Well, you're good, but human foibles means that they're a little weird or something like that, and it could be semi disrespectful in the context.
Okay, I was looking at it as being having issues because being
There are
human beings. You have,
potential inferences that can be drawn from that specific phrasing. So yeah,
or
Brian, right.
nitpickiness, like I just did.
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
foibles sounds kind of more like personal failings than more
Personal
than human
failings.
vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
So.
Human-
Okay, all right. I was going for physical.
Yeah, no, it's fine, Don. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So Brian picked Transformers 1 underperformed, which kind of goes into our fans' choice picks here because that was a strong result in this category right behind the Hasbro layoffs. So pretty much our fans are aligned with where we're at on that. Bromo in particular observes regarding the layoffs that the news probably hit harder this time. I'm paraphrasing this one more. The news probably hit harder this time because this round the layoffs had a well-known face on it and one who is also facing significant immediate struggles as a result of not just losing that income from being laid off, but also losing health benefits that his family had been and would continue to depend on. So like, absolutely that made this, again, it put a personal face on it and all of us felt this a little bit more as a real thing than the previous layoffs, which had a much more abstract feel to them because that's just how our brains process things. But yeah, it's been the highs were high this year, but the lows were also pretty low in the news. And that brings us to the end of the RFC Awards an hour and a half later.
So a real awards show.
Edit point. Edit point. So it's an hour and a half in, and we have at least like 2.5 hours of content. There's no way.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to finish this tonight.
So let's do the predictions. Then we'll come back tomorrow or whenever and record the. I want to do a Patreon plug in the middle, and then we'll do the year in review.
Yeah, I can do tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to do this.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
I'm about to pass out. Okay. Thanks, Chris. Okay, so every year around in the first or second week of the year, we do our annual predictions for the coming year. And then in our year in review show, let me start that over. In our year in review show, we go ahead and recap them and then decide who won. And it's always a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and look at our predictions for 2024. We're going to start off with Diecast. Okay, and like normal, if we might award partial credit or half points if we're close, I'm going to let you guys help weigh in on whether or not somebody gets credit or not. So in 2024, Diecast said, we will get a second Titan. I don't exactly necessarily know what you meant by second Titan, but you said it would be like a repaint of a previous Titan, but you said it would come out this year, meaning 2024.
So close.
You were
Yeah.
a year early.
Yeah. So if you said it was announced, it would have been
Pretty much bang on, yeah.
on the money. But we did get the reissue of Fort Max that came out, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But it wasn't.
It
It wasn't It wasn't like new. Like the way
wasn't a repaint, so
Yeah, the
I
way
don't think that counts.
Yeah, the way that you said it, I think it counts as new. So I
That's like half a point.
let's give you half a point. Okay. Okay. Next one, Masterpiece Jazz. Nope. Did not.
Sad
Well,
tro- that's a
better-
sad
just-
trombone.
Yeah, better
Just
luck
give
next
up.
year.
Just give up.
No. Now, Don spent 10 years getting Soul Shigoken Tryon 3. We can't expect any less of Diecast. Like, he's got to keep on keeping on until it comes true.
Yeah. So I don't want to revel in Diecast getting this one right, but he did get it right. Continued revenue declines with Hasbro.
Yeah, well, I mean,
That was low hanging fruit, I guess.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was going to say.
But you got it. Hey, those are the best. So for next week, remember, the ones that are most likely to happen are the ones that you need to, predict. So,
and
I predict the
also,
ones I most want to see.
and also remember to make your predictions like in more general terms. The more specific you get, the less likely you're going to get it right.
like if you add an "and" to your prediction, you're probably getting it wrong. So,
Yeah.
okay. So Diecast gets a 1.5 points. Don added an and, but he did an and/or. Not the Star Wars show, but an and or an or. Okay, MP51 Headmaster RC. Did not happen. And or 30 will do a Headmaster RC. Did not happen.
I don't think that. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think that happened.
Yeah. Killing Jar figure or sets.
Nope.
I was hoping that would happen.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
God, this one may be partial credit, Don. He said specifically, we would have an expansion of Studio Series looking at comics characters and bringing them into Studio Series. If he had said that we would have like comics characters produced as toys, like that would be dead on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, to me, Marvel's is a studio.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you said
it. I think we agreed on that logic when you made the prediction. Like, I'm for giving Don a half point for that.
Okay,
Are
I
there
guess.
any in Studio Series?
No.
No, not in
No,
studios.
it's its
No,
own
they-
capsule,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
so
they
so
do
they
exist.
exist as a comic capsule. They're just not a
You
Marvel
specifically said
Studios.
Studio Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He specifically
So
said Studio
half a
Series.
point. Half a
Yeah,
point, I would
Half
say.
a point.
Okay, so Matt.
I got no points.
Yeah, you got no points. So this year's HasLab, meaning last year, would be Devastator. Did not happen, but we do have
No,
Studio
but
Series
that's okay
Devastator.
because yes, we got. I think what
It's
we got
better.
is better.
Better. It's
Yeah.
better. It's
It is.
better. Yeah. Also, Deluxe Wind Charger, Sea Spray, and Power Glide.
Those still need to happen.
Desperately.
I agree.
I'm willing those into existence.
Yeah,
Sea
desperately.
spray will happen.
Sea Spray
Still-
is happening. It's the second wave of G1 retro Walmart stuff after
Yeah.
Gears and Bumblebee.
Yes, so
Yeah.
Sea Spray
Oh,
will
yeah.
exist, but it does not yet.
Does
So
not
if
yet.
you want to roll that prediction forward, you got your low hanging fruit there.
Yeah. Well, that one's already.
Yeah, I
don't
know. I know.
It's already announced.
Yeah, it's
I
announced.
can't.
And Junkion Troop Builder pack.
That one should have happened.
Should have happened.
Yeah,
don't-
probably.
Come on, Hasbro. That's a failure.
Well, I mean,
All the molds are there.
technically, Brian, he could be correct because all these Junkions did show up at Ross, and you could buy a bunch of them.
Fair.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
I never saw any Junkions at Ross. I would have.
I
bought
saw a
one.
Crash Bar. I decided I didn't need another one.
Okay, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm surprised this one didn't happen. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire Ectotron refresh.
It really
Oh,
is
yeah.
kind of surprising.
Yeah, it did not happen. I did not expect this one to happen. Tidal Wave is USS Flag.
No, I was just joking. I think probably.
I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, I think this is in the realm of you'd like to see it happen.
Yeah.
So I'm glad this one didn't happen.
Me
It was
too.
pretty specific. Hasbro has a devastating year, broken apart and sold off. There's always 2025.
Yeah.
I would love to be wrong about that in the
Yeah.
in the long term, but
It's inevitable.
We'll find out.
Yeah. So Chris, also sadly, this one probably would have turned out better if it had. Transformers 1 delayed until 2025. Might have actually turned out for the better for Transformers 1 had that happened.
I don't think that would have made them market it any more than they did.
No,
They did?
Probably would have been.
I don't
worse.
know that marketing.
Oh, badly.
I don't know that marketing was the issue. I just think that it was fatigue from Transformers.
Maybe.
I mean, we just had a Transformers movie the year before that
Yeah.
also underperformed. $28.99 SRP for deluxes did not happen.
I'm glad I was wrong about that one
Yeah.
until this time next year.
Walmart capsule never hits the shelf. Only found in discount stores at the holidays. Also,
I mean, Thundertron basically followed that. I don't think Thundertron showed up in stores except for returns.
okay. Point
But
five.
I'm not claiming a half point on that one just because like everything else did come and basically shelf formed until clearance.
Bold prediction. Kiss Players theme multi pack for 2025 announced or leaked.
Well, I think we've run out of time for that one, but you know.
Yeah. Okay. We'll say zero. We'll say zero there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Me. More online only SKUs. I'm giving it to myself.
Okay.
All right.
Price increases.
No.
No.
It didn't happen.
Titans
Amazingly, no.
actually are getting cheaper.
More reuses of old molds, meaning repaints and more. I said more repaints and more reissues.
I will absolutely give
Yes.
you a point on that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And my bold prediction was just Thunderclash.
Alas.
Yeah. So looks like I won with 2 points.
Yeah.
Diecast comes in second with 1.5 points. And Don has a 0.5 point. And then Matt, Rob, and Chris all wound up with 0. Sad trombone.
Well,
Yeah,
it's nice to be partially
Yeah.
right.
So next week, in episode 919, we'll do our 2025 predictions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we'll revisit that. And again, try to be general. If you want to talk about like what you want to see, that's great. Maybe make that your bold prediction. But like I'm all about winning here, so you should like try to predict something that'll actually happen. Okay. That's it for the prediction review for 2024. I'm going to hit stop because I'm about to fall asleep.
Recording stopped.
So who can come back for tomorrow?
I can.
I can.
Sure.
I can.
Okay. Do you want to aim for 8?
Sure.
Sounds
And
good.
Are you talking Eastern or?
Eastern.
Okay, yeah.
Let's aim for 8. No pre-show. We'll stream it. So people watching live, we'll have it on the stream. But we just won't. It won't be in its unique number. We'll just edit them both into one episode. It'll be like 5 hours long.
It's 918 part 2.
Well,
The
it'll
year in review portion.
yeah. It'll still be just episode 918.
So we'll
Part-
finally be able to
part
give
two.
WTF and TFW a run for their money in 4-hour episodes.
I hope
So like
not.
some of the earlier year in reviews probably were doing that anyway.
Yeah, some of those lasted.
Some of those recording, like I think one year we had like a 5-hour recording session,
Yeah.
just doing the news recap.
That was several years ago, but yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it used to be something long enough that, like the Toy Fair stream, I would go out specifically to buy snacks for.
Oh, those would be like 8 hours or 10 hours long.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I
But
always
those were so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a completely different kind of thing. And like me too, Rob, I always I would go Thursday or Friday and buy specific snacks and stuff to have sitting on hand for the Toy Fair stream because I wanted to get up as little as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I like Captain Rufus said it's a 22-hour intermission.
Yeah.
I like that.
So people watching live, I want to go ahead and kill the stream. And
Thank
we'll
you
be
for
back.
being here,
Thank you
and
for
we
being
hope
here.
to see you tomorrow.
Yeah. God, I'm having a hard time talking. We will resume tomorrow. See ya.
Have a happy day.
Happy day. Okay, bye Twitch. YouTube, bye. Oh, I need to switch accounts. I'm logged in.
Man, I'm old. I would have not made it for the rest of the show.
Oh
there's-
no!
I took a nap beforehand, so I'm good. But-
No, I looked over at the time when I think we hit the general superlatives and saw that it was like almost 8:30 my time at that point, and